Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Many of you know that I have done everything possible to stay off of either one of these mics unless it's about legislation, unless I care about this. And I'm not gonna cry and I'm not gonna make this about me being gay. That's pointless, because this issue is about transgender people and their families, these children and their families making medical decisions. One of my favorite authors, Virginia Woolf, she says, their thoughts are our prison, their eyes our cage. This legislation is creating a prison and encaging these people in them. They are not asking you to stand with them at a parade. They are not asking you to change your religion. They are not asking you to believe what they believe. They are asking you to let them have their parental rights. That's all they're asking. I'm an asthmatic child, and my parents had to give me medicine that used to make me shake so profusely it would keep me up at night. And as I got older, there was new medicine that didn't make me shake so much at night. Medicine is ever evolving just as people are ever evolving. I'm gonna read to you what a transgender child parent sent to me when I asked them about bone scars. And I'm gonna say this, we've heard facts, and this is the difference right now in this world that's wrong today. Everybody has someone they go to for their facts. But just as I cannot tell a woman what it is to be a woman, and you cannot tell me what it is to be black, you cannot tell a transgender child or their families what they have to take care of their children with. Bone scar scans are standard to ensure that this does not happen. This child, said parents, they have several monitors to make sure they are not losing bone density. If puberty blockers are being administered that young, it would be for precocious puberty. That wouldn't be used for gender care, and no one starts hormones that early. I asked if children are starting this at 8 or 10 years old. The highest risk is when you are on blockers for long periods of times without hormones, awaiting more answers from my physician to give you for best practice care protocol. Imagine someone coming into your home telling you they can raise your child better than you. Imagine at one point, I'm going to invoke this person. He's probably going to go crazy today, but I'm going to do it. Former Representative Jonathan Stickland stood at this mic one day and said, members, there's going to be something that every one of you are going to love and be passionate about one day, and you don't want someone to take that from you. Well, for these people, that's their children. So I don't care if you listen to Fox News or MSNBC. I am asking you to listen to these families. I don't care about me. I don't care about any of you. I care about these children. I care about your children, and I care about your children not being told what they can take, what they can watch. Everybody in here knows I'm a daddy's boy. When I see a father and see him with his children, I will cry. My father stood up for me more times than I can ever think of. A man who raised me in the military, woke me up to make sure I did my homework at 2 o'clock in the morning, went through my room to make sure that I wasn't doing drugs. I had a father. These children have parents who are taking them to therapy. They are taking them to doctors. They are not getting all, oh my God, my child said I saw a television show and now they think they're a girl. That is not how this works. I have a step aunt. Even though they are divorced, she was transgender. She is transgender in her 60s. She transitioned in the late 80s. She's still alive. And I guarantee you, any of you, if you want to see a picture of her, because I've shown them, she's beautiful. And the reason that people feel sometimes that they have to digress and that they need to go backwards is because of societal pressures telling them that they are not okay. One thing that I have said, and I know, is that my God loves me, and I'm going to tell you why. My family makes fun of me because I pray over dessert. I thank God for water. I thank God that I can use the restroom because that is a blessing. That is a blessing from my Creator. I was raised in a Black Baptist church. But I do not go to anyone's church and ask them to change what they will believe. If you don't believe in same-sex marriage, I'm okay with that. If you don't agree with transgender, that's okay. I'm okay with that. But again, remember, do you want someone to come into your home, to your church, into your job, into your law practice and tell you, you can't do that because I don't agree with it? And I won't say this member, but there's one member in here who I have great respect for, and they say all the time, why are we letting outside influences influence this body? We will not send gambling to them. We will not send tax reform to the voters, but we will darn sure tell them what they can and cannot do. We were elected to go through the facts, to listen to each other, to be diplomatic. This is a body of diplomacy. This is not a third world country where we talk about each other on social media and call each other pedophiles and perverts and demons and allow it to continue. This is a body that is supposed to put everything aside when we walk through those doors and the R's and the D's fall. And many of you know I take a lot of stuff for voting for the things I believe in. And it's not always Democratic stuff, and you know it. I live in an area where so many people get cancer, but it's the best environment for them. And we try to make the best of it. And sometimes I can't vote as green as I would like to, but it's always my district first. I am asking you, I am imploring you to be magnanimous with your vote, to give these families their right to just raise their children so that when they grow up, they know that they had a parent who loved them. Because this is not an easy situation. Everyone in here would do something different. None of us in here would do the same thing. None of us in here like the same foods. And I'm going to end again with one of my favorite authors who I love. Virginia Woolf says, every human being has a say in the matter of their prescription. Even the lowest patient has some say. Therefore, by she defines her humanity. Let us define our humanity by being humble. Pride comes before the fall. I understand for some of you there is a scorecard. And I know it may not work for some people. And if God gives me the breath, if God gives me the width, I will cancel every vacation for anyone who needs my help. I don't care what you have an R or a D behind your name. I am asking you to vote for these people's parental rights. I am not asking you to vote for me. I'm not asking you to vote for anything. I am asking you to just remember that these children love their parents and their parents love them as much as I know you love your children and your families. Thank you for your time.